Queen Chit Chat. Queen Chit Chat.
Hey guys, it's your host, the Queen, and I'm here with...
Hey, it's Diva.
And today we are going to talk about your friends getting with your ex.
Ooh.
Wow. What a wow, what a wow, what a wow.
Messy.
Diva, dig into it, girl.
Wow. Are we talking opinions or personal experiences? Because...
Okay, let's start with personal experiences.
I don't think I could say it's... Okay.
Or a story you know about.
Okay. I'm going to talk about a personal experience. It's always easier that way.
Yeah.
Because things are always messy. And you never know how people deal with their own things. So I can't talk about other people's situations. So... I had an acquaintance when I was younger.
Yeah.
Who hooked up with the guy after I broke up with him. And it was a thing where it was all hush-hush. And then when I found out, she kind of like made it like, ooh, is she going to be affected by it and stuff? But with me, I looked at it like, I've already had him. So why am I'm not upset? You know what I mean? But, you know, girls are so quick to be like, right? There's a reason they're not here anymore. And there's no way I'm going to run and be like starting to fight you over someone I'm not with. Like, there's no point.
Exactly.
So with me, it's like, I was kind of like, I thought it would affect me. But I didn't care because I genuinely stopped caring for the person I'd left behind. Okay. You know, in the sense for it to affect me. It's not like they slept with someone who's current.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing. Do you know what I mean?
Together. Yeah.
So what are your experiences like? Have you had any experience like that?
Okay, it wasn't a get with. It was more of a girl trying to revenge or trying to hurt me by sleeping with somebody that I dated. So basically what happened was I had a friend and this friend had a cousin. So when we went out to the friend's house, we were just chilling, and then after that we all went out somewhere. So she was talking to a particular guy, and then when the guy now saw me, he now started trying to make moves on me. So I easily said, you know what, you're with my friend's cousin or whatever, or you're dating. I don't do messy stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I can't do that. So apparently the guy kept asking about me, and then he went to my friend and it was like, oh, you know what, I know I was trying to get with your cousin, but now when I saw your friend, I like your friend, can you hook me up with the number? So my friend went to the cousin and said, oh, do you know he's now after my friend and this, that, and the other. And I was like, oh. So anyway, they had a barbecue and I went to the barbecue. So these girls had actually kind of plotted against me to say, oh, so when she comes to the barbecue, we're going to ask her what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And you know me.
This is not a teenage movie where
I'm blunt, yeah?
Yeah.
So I was just like, listen, if your dude was checking for you and then when he saw me and was now starting to check for me, that means that you were never on his level that he wanted anyways. So this means you're beneath me. All this little barbecue thing that you're doing, to me, is just so stupid. I don't even want your man. Your man is not even the type of guy.
So the whole barbecue was to interrogate you?
No, not really. They had their barbecue, but then they decided this is an opportunity for them to bombard me and say what's going on, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even talk to the dude at the initial meeting, so I found it very weird and bizarre. So I was just like, you know what, let me grab my bag. I don't do stupid things like this. So my friend was like, oh, no, I'm sorry. I said, for you, I know she's your cousin, but you knew this was going to happen. So why didn't you give me a heads up to say, this is what's happening? I don't even like the guy like that. I never spoke to the guy on that day. So why is it such a big deal? So anyways, apparently that night after the barbecue, they went to the Sunday hangout. They used to hang out. And then they saw a dude I was dating before the one I was dating, like my ex. So she decided to do a revenge thing and try to get with this guy. So now my friend phoned me like a week later. Oh, do you know your guy? I was like, what? Which guy? I was like, oh, you know your ex. Da 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 da. He went home with the cousin. I was like, and I don't care. Like, just to let you know. I said, I don't care because this dude, when I dated him, he wasn't even a guy I dated that I cared about.
Yeah.
He was just a guy who was just there, and if I was just bored, I'd just say, oh, take me out or whatever. But he wasn't even. It wasn't a relationship. So it wouldn't hurt me or sting me. And apparently the guy just banged her and left her like that. And then my friend came back to me telling, oh, you know, your ex is wrong. I said, he's wrong. What did he do? Like, oh, you know what he did? My cousin was dropped like a dime. He's so rude. And she was laughing at her own cousin.
Wow.
Like, yeah, I told her that you're not on her level. You're not on her level. Look what the dude even did to you. I was like,
Oh no.
Yeah, so that's my story of somebody I knew going for my man. But I know girls who actually do this.
I mean, there are people who linger around in the background and they're just waiting to pounce. Yeah. And it's a thing of, okay, sometimes I get it, people do fall in love, or they actually find their partner within like someone, like it might be in a group of your guy comes along, but within your friendship group he actually finds the love of his life. So okay,
hold up, how do people get to be so acquainted that much that they say they're in love?
Not like when that, but you know when they get to know each other, like when you're old friends and stuff, and they're just having small talk and stuff like that, but then when you break up, maybe they continue on the conversation and it kind of gets a bit deeper. Then they figure, actually, we get along really well. Yeah. You know, because they could have been good friends when you guys were together, but not good friends in the sense where they're talking about things like, let's get together. But they just got along. There's just one person that they click with. So what would it be that people, you know, that people, there's those little things, you know what I mean? Like, that's what happens. But, like, if it does happen that way, like, how would you react, though? If you actually found out, like, one of your friends ended up with your ex and they're actually happy in love, they want to get married, maybe
for starters, it depends on the ex. You get me? It depends on my ex. Because if you're in a relationship or you want to be in a relationship with a guy I was with for a long time. Yeah. And this was the guy I probably thought I was going to marry or whatever. Yeah. And then you know the dirt that he did to me, and you still hang out with him and whatever, then you don't have loyalty to me. And I'm one of those people with the big loyalty thing. I need to know you're loyal because I am a very loyal person. So if I see that you are now texting my ex or you're sitting somewhere together and you're talking, to me that already questions your loyalty to me. So I've already put a shield and a guard on me that I'm just gonna start reducing my time that I spend with you, the stuff that I tell you and stuff like that, because I'm trying to see what are you trying to do. Especially if it's, let's say, 5 years after I've broken up with the guy and you're seen together, what are you talking about that you need to be seen together in places? And people are like, oh, we saw your girl with your ex, that dude you were with, blah blah blah. Or let's say even my ex-husband, something deep like that. I'm thinking, you're not my friend, because why are you even talking to that person? Because if you're loyal to me and you know the crap that he put me through, you shouldn't be accommodating him. Yes, you can greet him, you can talk to him like, hello, how are you? I'm okay. But if you're now seen like maybe for 10 minutes you were together, what is it that you're discussing? Because before your common grounds were me. So if now you come to me and you say, you know what, decided to go on a date with me, are you okay with it or whatever, I'm gonna tell you like it is, I'm not okay with it. But if you choose to go and date the dude, it's all good, you do that. But as for me and you, our friendship is done. Done. That's it.
So it's a no on friends.
No. For me, it's a no. Because I've even had guys, like my ex's best friend tried to come for me after I'd broken up with him. And I told him straight up, your friend is a dog. Because the day I caught my ex, these guys fought for me in the apartment. And my ex was like, you're trying to come up on my girl. But I was like, no, you were a douche, you were caught. Instead of you saying I'm sorry, you're now trying to act the guy. So I'm just trying to make your girlfriend feel comfortable because you've locked her in the apartment and you won't let her go. She wants to go home and you're trying to lock her in here because you're trying to convince her, but right now you're acting like a douche. So his friend had gone to run the bath for me, put candles, put rose petals, and my ex was like, you're trying to do a Frank Lucas on me. You're trying to go for my girl. I don't know, this movie now just started being mentioned, and I was thinking, okay, this is going too deep. I don't do drama. I don't fight for a dude. I just wanted my car keys and I just wanted to drive home and go. But the dude was just trying to be hard-headed and keep me there for no reason. So his friend and him now started fighting. They had a physical fight. And I had to scream and say, no, stop it, at the top of my lungs. So now afterwards, do you know the friend now got my number and he was phoning me? Because after 3 hours, I was locked in for 3 days. 3 days, y'all.
Oh my God.
So,
I mean, that's mad. So he locked you in, he would not let you leave?
He would not let me leave because I told him, you know, like when you're caught out, that you're being nasty, you're caught out for you're cheating, own it. He was trying not to own it, but everything was on the computer. Everything was evident. Everything that this girl showed. Because the thing is, I took his number off the laptop. The girl's number off the laptop. And then I just asked him, do you know this person? No. But then when he came back, when he saw the laptop, he know he was caught. So his face dropped. But me, I was just like, can I have my car keys? And it was like, why? Because he knew game over. So he thought that by keeping me there.
Once I walk out the door.
Yeah, he knew it was done. But he was trying to keep me there. And I was like, okay, fine, I'm going to play your little game. And I'm going to pretend like we're all cool. We're going to forgive each other and everything. And then the moment I come out of here, I'm gone. So his friend was now messaging me on Facebook. I really need to talk to you. Then he called me. And I was like, how did you get my number? It's like,
I really need to talk to you. What was it?
I need to talk to you. You don't need to be treated like this. I know this guy. I know your relationship from the beginning. You have been there for this dude. You're such a sweet girl. You're always nice, always happy, always smiling. You're wifey, blah, blah, blah. And I can even tell my friend right now that I want you.
So
this
what did you feel about, how did you feel about this guy? Did you think he was like would you envision him as better than your ex at the time?
What do you mean better?
Like a better guy. Do you think that this guy would have treated you better?
I think the guy... Okay, my ex was not really from... those people who got money later on. But this one, he was born and bred in money. So the way he used to carry himself, because these things were all... It wasn't new to him. So in a way, in some aspects, he was better looking than my ex, no. But he was... like more the way he carried himself. You know, when somebody grew up with money is different from somebody who now got, when their family got money when it was in his late teens, is different. So the way he carried himself, it was quite different. And I like the way he respected women. I knew he had a girlfriend where he was living, but that girlfriend, he treated her well, and he would never try to do things in front of her. But I knew when he went out with my boyfriend, he would mess with girls. That I knew. But for his excuse, where he lives, there are not enough black girls there. So he just used to just hang out with, but this was not the girl that he wanted. He wanted a black girl, but because of where he was, there wasn't his type of girl, so he just had to have a girlfriend. But he still respected that girl and didn't do the mess around. Yeah. So even when I used to go chill at my boyfriend's house, we'd chill and talk, and I would be like, you know what, I really want a girl from my country. I really want a girl that I can chill with, that we can laugh about in our own language and things like that. But where I am right now is where I am because of my immigration status. I'm sorting things out. So when things come together, then I'm going to move from there and come down here. But right now I can't just up and leave a job that I've had for years. And stuff like that. So I understood where he was coming from. But I would have, if I had met him outside and he'd come and stepped up to me, I wouldn't even say He's one of those guys that I had to get to know.
No, that's fine. So you liked his personality more than you liked like how he looked and stuff, yeah? So, I mean, I've had that as well, where my ex's friends, as soon as I broke up, literally less than a week, buzz. And the thing is, they had my number because at some point, we all had each other's numbers for communication-wise. And like, oh yeah, you're going to go, drop off the car, or you're going to do this, contact A. Oh, you're going to need help with this, contact B. Yeah. Oh, okay, we're all having parties, or we're all doing something, or maybe someone's planning a surprise something, contact A, B, and C. Yeah. So everybody had each other's numbers, and everybody respected each other. Nobody ever tried to outside, on the time, like, hey, come over here, like, let's talk. Like, none of that.
Yeah.
But
it was all innocent.
Yeah, it was all just genuine talk, like, hey, how, like, no, it was never, there wasn't even, oh, hey, how are you? Yeah. It was more on the phone, hey, you okay? Just a quick one. This is that, or text and be like, hi, guys, I'm having a birthday thing. You all come in. That way, whatever you're texting him, you're texting his girlfriend too. You're sending everyone the exact same message. Yeah. But after I got messages, hey, how you doing? I want to tell you that, you've been like, you were the girl, you're that, you're that, you're it. Like, I want to get to know you. I want to,
but thinking, do you not think as crazy as your ex was, it was him sending them?
No, it wasn't, because see, the weirdest part is a few of these guys were in serious relationships for them to be sending those messages. So I just knew they were waiting for the opportunity that as soon as this girl, as soon as they break up, I'm jumping in there. Yeah. But I don't think my ex even understands that it's like 3 of his very, very close friends that did this. So the people he calls brothers.
So if you had a connection with any of them, would you have stepped there? Even if it's just for a little bit of revenge.
Like, just like you, I don't like drama. I don't like mess. The only way like you do revenge, like sometimes I'm like the only revenge I'd ever give you is like it sounds crazy. Like one of the biggest revenge, like if I really was so vengeful,
yeah,
it would be your dad or your brother. Like someone very close, like the blood you're gonna have to see
mess
all the
with
time.
me. I'll come for your dad.
But like if I was vengeful, that's how dark I would ever like think. I wouldn't do the friends. I'm like friends are like, well, they'll all be like, we smashed the same girl, you know. No, because there's no way his brother or his dad are gonna be like, so did she do that? Where she and then she? So I just want to know like, like what would she be doing? Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
But I think we find it more that it's actually the girls who go for the. Don't you think so? It's the girls who go for dating the ex than the guys. What do you think?
I think it's everybody.
Really?
It's everybody. I think it doesn't matter male or female. I think it's everyone. It happens.
But okay, so
sometimes they do say the love of your life is within the circle that you're around, but you just don't know it.
But can't you be respectful enough to say, listen, girl, we're friends. Like, listen, girl, you know what? I really think there's a connection between me and your ex. Do you think, is it okay with you that I...
Like you said, depends on the ex. But I have exes where it's like, I really genuinely don't care and there's nothing. They're not bad people. Cool. If you're in love, you're in love. But I don't want to have them around me like that because I know the way that they will look at me when they see me. Because
what about
I don't
your
want
trophy ex?
I don't have one of those.
Okay, I have a trophy.
I don't have I wish I had a trophy. I just have a terrible ex that if any one of my friends went there, I would be like, girl, you already know what this person put me through, so don't go there. But go on, what was your trophy? What?
I have a trophy ex, and I don't want anyone in my circle to ever date him because this man was just too fine.
Wow.
And unfortunately, because of my family, they all decided that no, you can't marry him because of his many kids. But this guy, everybody who met this guy will know. So even if we didn't date for more than a year or whatever, this one, I don't want anybody in my circle to even, I'm stingy with him. I'm sorry, I don't want anybody to go there.
I mean, I think the good thing is that he must have loved you enough to not want to do your friends, because I think by now he would have done your friends.
Yeah, he was quite picky like that. He wouldn't have done it, but I'm sure. I don't know if I've had an ex who would have slept with.
Sometimes it could happen and you would never know. Yeah,
I'm just thinking like, because like most of my friends, we really have like a different body shape, different thing. I know it's not like an excuse, but there are certain, like my ex.
You can tell that there's certain girls that they always go for.
The trophy will never ever go for a short girl. That's not his type. He doesn't like girls like that. And I know, yes, sometimes things happen, but in terms of my circle, I don't think there's any person that I would actually think, you know what. Speaking about that, okay, so I have a friend of mine. He's a lawyer. Yeah, very good friend of mine. He knew me from a very young age. I think from the time I was 20. Yeah, and he had a friend. I met him through a friend, and when I met him through this friend, he did things with his friend. I don't know if they slept with each other, but when he saw me, he started making moves at me. But I made it clear that we're going to be friends. And I hooked him up with one of my friends. I used to work with this girl. We went out for my birthday. She came up to me and she asked me, did you date this guy? And I said, no. Like, oh, do you mind if I date? And I was like, yeah, you guys, okay, let me actually introduce you. And then they dated. It did not last more than a couple of months. Yeah. And then after that, some years later, I introduced him to another friend.
Oh my gosh.
And then they dated. I don't know whether they did. They did something. Yeah. And then it did not go anywhere. Then a few months ago, we went. He was like, oh, I really miss you. Come on, let me take you out to dinner. Yeah. And then after dinner, he was like, oh, I'm interested in you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, I said to him, I cannot do anything with you because you have dated two of my friends and I met you through a friend, even though she wasn't that close. Yeah. So for me, even after so many years,
it's messy.
It's messy. It's dirty. I don't want to be known as that girl who did that. I don't want.
Because he's going to be known as that guy who's been in the circle. He's been with every girl in the circle. Do you know what I mean?
We're not a circle as such, but they're people I know. because I've got friends who are not in circles. I can have a friend who lives somewhere, a friend from that country, blah, blah, blah. But they're all people I know.
Yeah.
But for me, the fact that you did something with them, to me, I can't be in that. But with him, he says, oh, there's nothing there, blah, blah, blah. Life is too short. Come on, let me marry you. Blah.
Oh,
come
my
on.
God.
No. So for me, that is a done deal.
It's done. So what's lit?
What's lit?
What's lit?
What is lit, my sister?
What is lit? Wow, speaking on the same topic, Lil Fizz, Omarion, and April.
Okay.
So that's the kind of situation where this topic kind of comes in, where it's like,
right.
Your baby mother
Yes.
is now hooking up with someone you considered a friend. I don't know if it's close friend, best friend, but someone who you've known for many years.
Yeah.
And
business partner, because
everything is
a business,
business, friend, everything. And they were all, I mean, I think everyone was around together at the same time.
And like you said, it's a baby mama, so they have kids. Okay.
And so it's a thing where they're talking about, like, people are outraged at the fact that she's advertising herself so much. The fact that it's like everything that she does is for the cameras. We're so in love. She does live videos, like April. She does live videos, and she's like, "Oh, I love him so much. This is the guy for me." Like, sometimes you wait many years, you're not with the right person, but then you find the right one. But everyone's like, "Why is she being shady?"
But do you think she's being shady? If it wasn't
you
on
can
Marion,
profess your love, but like, some people, they wait till like 5, 6, 7 months into their relationship to actually genuinely know someone. But I mean, they've known each other for years, but they didn't know each other in a relationship. That's two different things.
Yes, is that?
But he was quiet. He didn't say nothing, and he's like, "If she's happy, I'm happy." Omarion said, "If she's happy, I'm happy." But everyone's like, "Why is everything she does?" She'd be like, "Oh, she holds him in the camera, and she's like, I'm so happy. But no one's gone and said she's not happy. No one said that.
Okay, well, let me ask you something. Let it rewind a bit. If you're in love, you want to tell the whole world.
Yeah.
So is there anything wrong with her trying to say, or is the fact that it's Lil Fizz? Because if it was any random guy that she put in there and she's moving on, I bet you a lot of people will be like, "Oh, well done, girl, you're moving on from Omarion, blah, 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 you're happy, But the fact that it's in the circle, it's looking a bit messy. Why should she stop living her life and showing her affection if she's always been somebody who's been on live videos and doing her thing or whatever?
I think that's the thing. I think that's what it is. Like, I don't think she's ever done something like this before.
Maybe she wasn't in love, so she didn't do it. So now she's in love.
That's a fair point. No, that's a fair point, and I get that.
She wants to show the whole world.
But I think for people, it's like a thing where her relationship is so sudden with him, and then everything she's trying to post. That's what. Listen, let me
maybe
repeat myself.
they were on the down low for some time.
Let me repeat myself. Because it's so new to everyone. Everything she's doing seems so sudden, and it seems so that she is doing it for show. And then it's like she's sending subliminals at him, as in like, "You didn't make me happy. You didn't make me feel this way." But you don't have to do that, because if you're a genuine love, your relationship should not reflect what you didn't get and making it obvious to someone, because everyone knows who you're talking about. It's not like,
it's my life now. I'm living my happy life.
And then
Why
it's
should
also
I
like
be
a thing
telling
of
people
he's
about
been
it?
waiting around for quite a while, and everyone's been saying that's where it's like it looks like he's been waiting around. He's always got like the things that he says or the way he looked at her, blah blah blah. That's fair. It's fine. And if you're in love, but if it's a thing where it's like you're doing it, it's like you're forcing everyone to understand that you're in love. You don't need to, it's not for everyone. Your love and your relationship is not for everyone to see. And Omarion, everyone's like, "I wish I was like Omarion when my ex or someone moved on, whatever, and literally give no fuck." Like, he was like, "As long as my kids are happy, I'm happy," and which is true.
But maybe he's happy in his own relationship if he's seeing somebody.
Yeah.
Who knows? But the thing is, people want
it
people
shouldn't
to
affect you
behave
when
in a
you
certain
genuinely
way.
want a good thing for someone else. But for her, it's as if she's trying to do it to annoy him. That's the perception it's coming
then
off
even
as.
if it's like that, why are people so hung up in a relationship that has got nothing to do with you? If I feel like I want to portray a certain persona to social media, that should be me. People should not be trying to get into my business. Yeah, why are you bothered? Why are you on my page looking
You
at it?
are on social
Step on
media.
and go to somebody
No,
else's social media.
If you are on a public platform and your actions will cause a reaction, you got to know and understand what you're doing. Because don't then say people shouldn't say this. So why are you showing something that you know is going to be problematic and it's going to cause people to say, "But why do you have to say that, or why do you have to do this?" Because because the way it's being perceived is as if she's trying to throw it in his face.
Yes, but I get that. But why are you bothered? It's not your relationship, though.
It's public. Once you've put it to the public, you cannot stop people from commenting because
nobody's stopping them. People can comment, but that does not stop the fact that listen, she's in love. She wants to show the world.
I'm happy.
People want people to act a certain way to protect Omarion's feelings,
but it's not even about protecting his feelings. It's a thing of think of your kids, because if this doesn't work out, all this stuff is still gonna be online, and you're gonna be like, I'm in love.
Doopsie, the relationship with Omarion did not work. They're still gonna know. Okay, why did they break up?
I don't even know the reasons why they broke up.
Yeah, exactly. So people don't know the ins and the outs.
I don't think it was it might not be like a horrific breakup, but some breakups are okay.
Yeah.
But you don't have to, just because it always happens where someone is in a new relationship, they always, if they leave a relationship and they enter a new one soon, like very, very soonish, after, the other one's just broken off, where they haven't had time to actually reflect and be themselves and find out, okay, who did I become in that relationship and who do I want to be moving forward? Some people don't give themselves time.
Yeah.
And speaking on it, like, okay, she's a mother. You don't always have the time that you want to yourself to be who you are. You need sometimes to take care of yourself, take care of your kids, and make sure they're in the right position. Then you move on to the next thing, because the person you're bringing around your children has to have father-like tendencies. He has to love kids. There's all these things you got to put in. Yes, he's got a child. What kind of father is he to the child? What kind of father is he going to be to your children? All these things matter. But some people are just quick to be like, I want to be in love. Nobody's stopping you, boo. Be in love, be happy, but think of the consequences and think of the things that you're doing around you, and don't just rush in to be like, oh, as soon as you break up with someone, I have to show people that I'm in love again. I'm like, yes, you're a hopeless romantic. That's beautiful.
Well,
that's cute.
You have to keep it moving, don't you, sis? You have to keep it moving.
But I just say be cautious and be mindful of how you're doing what you're doing. Because you could just have posted a dinner date.
Yeah.
Without saying anything, be like, I love this. This is a beautiful night. People wouldn't be like, she's throwing it in the face, but every day she's holding his face to the screen. Oh my God, I love him so much. And look, that's beautiful. I'm happy for you. But I feel like be mindful of what you're portraying, because it's not just you and him. It's also your ex and your kids.
Yeah.
And the message you're trying to portray to everyone and your ex.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been the hot topic on the net.
Okay, I don't know, guys, what you think. Well, each to their own. As for me,
each to their own.
I don't want my trophy, my long deep relationship ex messing with my friend and vice versa. No. For me, it's a no-no.
I get that. I feel like boundaries are important, and especially when you're going to do that, you have to understand that don't go talking my mess or talking my business to somebody. It's none of their business. But thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We have been Queen Chit Chat, and we'll catch you on the next podcast.
Bye.
Queen Chit Chat. Queen Chit Chat.